The San Antonio Spurs took a massive risk in the 2011 draft when they decided to trade a proven player in George Hill for a promising prospect who didn't have a jump shot. This decision would be one of the biggest steals in NBA history, as since joining the Spurs, Kawhi Leonard has grown into an NBA champion, a Finals MVP, the runner-up for the real MVP, and possibly the best two-way player in the NBA today. What's more, it's clear that this has been a mutually beneficial relationship between the Spurs and Kawhi, as San Antonio clearly has one of the best-run franchises in sports, and Kawhi has provided the team with a young star, which is why it seems like everything should be fine right now. But we've been hearing rumors for a while, and yesterday we were hit with a massive Woj bomb stating that the team held a meeting imploring Kawhi to come back, but he still refused. So the question has to be asked, what is going on? So what's up guys, Mike here, and yes, today we are going to be asking some questions and we're going to be looking for some answers. Because seriously, what is going on with this whole Kawhi Leonard situation? I mean, up until this season, I always assumed the man was going to be a Spur for life. And yeah, I know he recently said that, but what else is he really supposed to say? So because I really do believe in the saying, where there's smoke, there's fire, and in San Antonio, you could see the smoke from miles right now, let's take this video and see if we can find some actual proof of whether or not Kawhi is leaving. And before we get started, guys, I do want to say that this video is sponsored by Dollar Shave Club. Now, I'm actually really excited that Dollar Shave Club hit me up because I've already been using them. Not lying at all, I really just don't like going to the store for razors and I always run out of them. Plus, when you go to the store, they're so expensive, which is why Dollar Shave Club just makes things easy. And I know I was just talking about razors, but Dollar Shave Club has so much more. Just looking at their products, they have everything from shampoo to body wash to toothpaste. If you use Dollar Shave Club, you literally do not have to go to the store for any of those products ever again. And if you see what they sent me right here, including the razors, this is called their shower and shave package. If you go to the link dollarshaveclub.com/Korzemba, which will also be in my bio, you can get all of these things for just $5, which means you get a razor and razor blades to shave your face. You also get shave butter to make things easier, and trust me, this is actually better than shaving cream. And you can eat it, just kidding, but you also get body wash, calming body wash that smells great, and you get some One White Charlies, which I think we all know what these do. So again, guys, Dollar Shave Club is awesome. Why are you still going to the store? Just go sign up right now at dollarshaveclub.com/Korzemba. Link is in the bio, and let's continue with the video. First, let's start with the injury, where Zaza accidentally stepped out too far when closing out on a Kawhi jumper. Remember, the Spurs were up by over 20 points at this time, but would lose to the Warriors in this series, and since then, Kawhi has sat out all but 9 games this year with a quad injury. This injury has been very weird all season, and the Spurs really don't know what to make of it. The proof of this came early, as on November 22nd, Coach Greg Popovich said he's never encountered a quad injury like Kawhi's, and then said, what's really strange is that Tony Parker had the same injury, but even worse. This was a weird thing for Kawhi's head coach to say, especially when you remember that Tony Parker returned from his injury faster than Kawhi. Moving on from there, let's enter a huge player into this situation, Kawhi's uncle and business manager, Dennis Robertson. Now, there have been multiple reports that Kawhi's uncle has been a problem. Woj has said multiple sources describe Leonard and his camp as distant and disconnected from the organization due to his injury. Now, many people have deduced the reason for this, as according to ESPN's Mike Wright and Ramona Shelburne, Jordan Brand and Leonard's representatives came very close to completion on a new 4-year extension worth more than $20 million. But discussions broke down abruptly because representatives for Kawhi, which includes his uncle, didn't feel that the new deal reflected the forward's accomplishments and standings within the league. So we have Kawhi not getting the shoe contract he feels he deserves, we have an injury that could risk that potential shoe contract, and we have even more drama. As right now, as you're watching this video, the Spurs have completely cleared Kawhi to play basketball, and he has been practicing with the team and playing in 2v2s, 3v3s, and 4v4s. But still, despite being cleared, Kawhi has said he is not ready to return fully, which has certainly caused some drama within the team, as recently Manu Ginobili made it clear to the media that he thought Kawhi was not coming back this season. And from there, of course, we get the Woj bomb. drama, with Woj tweeting out, Spurs held players only meeting imploring Kawhi Leonard to return to lineup. In the story that was linked, we learned that Tony Parker quarterbacked the meeting after the team's victory over Minnesota on Saturday night. The conversation was described as tense and emotional at times. Several teammates spoke up, expressing frustration and confusion over a growing divide that had created significant tension between Leonard and the Spurs. Outside the Spurs locker room, players' voices could be heard through the door. Leonard remained resolute in his response, insisting that he has good reason to continue sitting out because he isn't fully healthy. Now, these reports have somewhat been refuted by Danny Green, who responded to Woj and said that the story couldn't be any more incorrect. Jabari Young also said, first off, ESPN has it wrong. The meeting wasn't tense. It caught Kawhi off guard, and teammates just wanted to check on his status so they wouldn't hear it from the media. He had support from his teammates. So with all of this on the table, it's time to put on our conspiracy hats and ask ourselves, what does this all mean? Now, we know that Kawhi's team, especially his uncle, is in his ear telling him that he needs to be a bigger star. The reason we know this is, of course, the Jordan shoe deal, because while $20 million for 4 years sounds like a lot of money to all of us, Kevin Durant signed a 10-year shoe deal with Nike that is worth $300 million. So clearly, Kawhi and his team know that his star power is just not there right now. I mean, he is one of the top 5 players in the league when healthy, but he doesn't get treated like one. Going even further into this conspiracy, the reason he doesn't get treated like one goes beyond the fact that he's just quiet and reserved. If you need an example of that, look at quiet and reserved Derrick Rose, who was one of the highest selling jerseys for years despite his injuries. Derrick Rose, though, played in one of the biggest markets in the league. Kawhi plays in San Antonio, which is a big city, but if we're being honest, the Spurs are not the flashiest team in the league. That is why there have been a lot of rumors that this is going to be Kawhi's last season as a San Antonio Spur. Now remember, Kawhi is not a free agent until 2019, so the Spurs would have to trade him, and personally, I didn't think Kawhi would have the type of personality to do that to the Spurs, but if his uncle and his team are really in his ear like that, there is a chance that these rumors might be true and that Kawhi and his team might try to force their way to a team like the Los Angeles Lakers. Playing in Los Angeles would definitely be better for his brand. That also would explain why Kawhi is just not playing right now, even though his team doctors say that he's fully healthy. He doesn't want any sort of risk to his future contracts, especially for a team right now in San Antonio that does not look like they are a serious championship contender. With that said, on this channel, we always look at both sides, and it is entirely possible that Kawhi just does not feel healthy enough to actually play in NBA games right now. It's not like he hasn't tried this season. He has played in 9 games. It is just concerning, though, that there have been all of these reports that Kawhi has grown distant from the team. And the fact that they're holding team meetings about his injuries is very, very weird. At the very least, if you're holding a team meeting about a player's injury, that means that some people in that locker room do not believe that Kawhi cannot play basketball right now. Again, want to emphasize that we are not Kawhi. We do not know how he is actually feeling. And when you consider things like Isaiah Thomas coming back for the Celtics, then getting traded and having to play hurt this year, you could understand why someone like Kawhi is going to be as cautious as possible. It could simply be that he does believe he's going to be a Spur for life, like he said, and that he's just sitting out this season because he doesn't want to risk jeopardizing the $200 million contract he's going to get in the summer of 2019. So there we have it, guys. I guess if we're looking for definitive proof, we're not going to find it. Again, though, what we have been seeing is a whole lot of smoke. And if I'm being honest, I really do not know what to make of this situation. This whole uncle thing and this whole team thing being in Kawhi's ear really kind of just freaks me out, because I know Derrick Rose had the same kind of situation in Chicago, and that didn't exactly work out well. I just don't like the whole family member being in someone's ear thing and actually influencing their decisions. So again, what's going to happen to Kawhi Leonard? I have no idea. What I do know is that it is going to be very interesting to watch. And so thank you guys for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you're new to the channel, make sure to subscribe for videos every Monday, Wednesday, and Friday around 6 p.m. Eastern time. And if you're already subscribed, thank you so much for supporting. You're awesome. We all know it. And as always, have an awesome day, and cue that music.